Hey there everyone, welcome to another video. In this one we'll be taking a look at Smart DNS Proxy. What it's going to do basically for you is to help you access geo-blocked content. So that's content which ordinarily you can't access because you're just not in the correct geographic location. For example, right now I'm not in the UK, so if I want to access BBC iPlayer, ITV Hub, there which are geo-blocked to the UK, so you have to be visiting those websites, those services from an IP or location in the UK for them to work. So as I'm not there right now, ordinarily they should not work. However, if I go over to the BBC iPlayer website and I try and access one of those channels, let's watch live BBC One, let's say. So I'll click on that, watch live, BBC Two. So how am I achieving this? As I said, I'm using the Smart DNS service. Now you could also do this using a VPN, but using a VPN has its disadvantage that everything's running through the VPN, not just the specific traffic you want, which means everything's going to be encrypted. And usually with a VPN, you'll have some slowdown in general, usually, the majority of times. Not always, but because it is doing that extra, it has that extra overhead of encrypting your traffic as well to help you stay anonymous. It might have some degradation of your internet speed. Now, by using a Smart DNS, all you're doing is changing your system to use a different DNS server than you would ordinarily use. Most of us, usually, we're using the DNS which is provided by our router, which in turn is given to us by our ISP, our internet service provider. Sometimes you might change it. You might change it to use the Google DNS servers or the Cloudflare DNS servers. If you've seen some of my previous videos where I show a nice little application called DNS Jumper, I'll leave a link to that, also that video in the description. But yeah, just by changing your DNS, you can access all these different services without having to go through a full-blown VPN. So you've got, this supports all these services, like 400 something services. Like I said, BBC, ITV, Disney XD. You can access Disney Plus US if you want. Now TV. Just so many services, guys, to make your life easier if you're traveling or if you live abroad, let's say, and you want to access content in those other countries where these services are. So sign up for their service. Once you've signed up, it's a paid service, obviously. Something like this isn't going to be free. So sign up to it if this is something which interests you. I'll leave a link as well in the description of the video. It will be an affiliate link, guys. So if you want to use that, that would be fantastic. And what you need to do, you need to use one of their DNS servers. So on their website, there's a page where you've got a list of their DNS servers. Pick one of their DNS servers and pop it, one or two actually, if you want to have a backup, and just pop it into your DNS settings, into your IPv4. Now, how can you do that? Let's go to our network settings. So old school way, that's me. Right click on your little flag there, on your little Windows icon, run ncpa.cpl, which will take you to your network connections. Find the connection you're using. I'm on a cable connection now, so this is my Ethernet connection. So I will right click that, go to properties, confirm that yes, and internet protocol version 4. As you can see here, this is the DNS server which I have set up now. So my computer is doing all DNS queries through this server, which, as you can see here below, it's one of their servers which is in Italy. So as you can see, 9514139236, that's the server I've selected here. I could have selected anyone. They mentioned that it's good to select one which is close to the location which you are physically in, just so you have a quicker response time from the server. If it's nearer to you, you'll get a quicker response time, obviously. So pick a server which is closest to you, and you can pick a second one here as well as an alternate if you want. You don't have to. So as you saw now, the service was working. Now if I change this back to my regular DNS. So if I'm getting it from my router, which the majority of you most likely will be, your PC will currently be set up something like this. So you'd need to change it here, use the following DNS server address, and this is where you would type in one of the DNS servers of the service. So if I change this back now, let's just let's use the Google server. So I'll go to Cloudflare 1.1.1.1. Now I've changed my DNS to that. What I need to do now is clear my DNS cache, because DNS queries are cached in Windows, so they'll remain there. So if I was to go to that site again, I might not actually go through the service. So I'm going to do an ipconfig /flush DNS. That's going to flush out any DNS resolutions which my computer has in its cache at the moment. So now if I visit the BBC website again, and I attempt to go on one of those live channels, let's do a refresh first, I shouldn't be able to access them because I'm not going through the smart proxy. So let's try one of these and let's see what happens. There you go. This content is not available in your location, and that's because I'm using a regular DNS server which is not proxying me and not making me look as if I am in another geographical location. The iPlayer now is detecting my true IP, my true location. It's saying, hey, stop, you're not allowed to watch this content. It's not available to you where you are. So if you want to access these kind of services, this is a great service. As I said, I use it mainly for streaming services because I don't want all my traffic to necessarily be going through a VPN. It's just not necessary for me. I don't need to hide what I'm doing. I don't need to stay anonymous for everything. What I really want to do is just from time to time be able to access various geo-blocked services. So this is what I use. So let's have a look, some extra setup steps. So once you've signed up for the account, you can log into your dashboard, okay? So we can go to account, and here you can actually configure specific sites you want to hear. So here's my dashboard, and we'll go to regions. Now you can set Netflix to be on or off, and you can select the region. At the moment, you can only access the United States version of Netflix, at least using the Smart DNS anyway. You could also try using their VPN, because you can the service actually does include a VPN as well, so you can download the VPN client, and the VPN is available on Windows, Mac OS, iOS devices, and Androids. So yeah, you can actually go here, download their VPN software, and you can have a full-blown VPN experience as well if you want. But as I said, the point of this video is to look at the DNS portion of it, the Smart DNS. Okay, so where were we? We were here at the region settings. So you can select your regions here. Whenever you make a change, remember to hit the update so it updates it. So Amazon Prime, I have it set as United Kingdom. So whenever I visit Amazon Prime, it seems to Amazon as if I'm located in the UK, and therefore it does give me access to the Amazon Prime UK services. Then you've got your Roku. Once again, you can select what region you'll be identified as, Crackle, all these different other services. And then you've got more specific ones which are like groups of channels. Once again, you can select the group of channels. You can see the group of channels here. So select what it is you want to access and select the appropriate group. And just remember, whenever you make a change, click update. So once you've done all this here, as I mentioned, all it is making sure you're going through their DNS server, which I've showed you how to do in the network control panel. Change your DNS settings to one of their available DNS servers, and you're good to go. You'll be able to access all that geo-block content without having to go through a full-blown VPN, which in my opinion, it's just not necessary to use continuously anyway. By doing this method, of course, you're limiting it just to the specific device. You can enable this for all the devices within your household, within your network. To do that though, you need to access your router. So your router, how do you find and access your router? If you don't know, once again, open up a command prompt. So you can do that from here, right click, you can do run, and you can just type cmd. That will open up a command prompt for you. Now from here, if you type ipconfig /all, now what you're looking for is your default gateway, and here's mine. So you can see default gateway, and we have the IP address. So I could go to that IP address now, and I would access my router. I would pop in the username and password for the router, and I'd find my DNS settings and change them. And that would mean that all devices connecting within my network would be assigned the DNS server of Smart DNS Proxy. So they'd all have that service, the service available to them. So any device within your household would be able to access those geo-block services using the service. So access your router. Once you're in your router, obviously everybody's going to have a different router. It's going to be slightly different for each person depending what router they have. Now I've got some demonstration routers, some different ones here, just so you get a basic idea of what you'd be looking for. So once you log into your router, this is an example of a Linksys, an old Linksys router actually, but what you're looking for in any case on any of the routers is the LAN settings, or the DHCP section, not the WAN. Don't touch anything on the WAN. You're looking for the LAN, the LAN. So as you can see here, we have our DHC server setting, and it's enabled. And what you need to do is look for something like this, the DNS. So this is where you type in the DNS server. So you'd pick one of these, as I said, and that's what you'd type in here. So you'd put the IP here, okay, and you can put, in this case, you can put 1, 2, 3 even as alternatives, and then you save your settings. You disconnect your device from the network. If you're on Wi-Fi, disconnect your Wi-Fi, reconnect again, and you should get a new DHCP lease together with the new DNS. Or just restart your computer or your device, that'll do the same as well. So yeah, all routers will be similar. You know, you're looking for something to do with DHCP network. Here you go, network. Once again, don't touch on the WAN. It wouldn't really be there. It would be on the LAN side. So LAN. In this case, you can see it's not here, but it's got a separate section DHCP. So you'd click there, and you have your DHCP settings. And once again, primary DNS, secondary. Type in the DNS settings here. Click save. And renew your DHCP lease, and you can do that either by disconnecting from the network and reconnecting, or just restarting the device if that's simpler for you. So by doing that, that means that any device on your network will be getting that specific DNS server, and you'll be able to enjoy that service. So let's take a look now how much it costs. Now, as you can see here on their homepage, it's available to you to try for free for 14 days. So you've got 14 days free trial, no credit card needed. Now pricing after the free trial, we can see it here. We have $5.90 for a month, $15.58 for 3 months, $48 for 12, $59 for 24 months, and best deal of them all obviously is the lifetime, $200. So $200 you get lifetime access to the service. And remember guys, this is not just the DNS proxy, it's the DNS proxy, and you have full-blown VPN as well. Okay, so great offer. I've been using it, as I said, for 6 years now. So this isn't a new service, this isn't something which has just come along. Been using it for 6 years, and I'm totally happy with it. So I hope you enjoyed the video guys. I hope you try the service. I hope if it's useful to you, obviously. I appreciate if you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.